Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Collective Esports. Today I'm your host, Skinny. Been a minute since I've been here. I'm sure you guys enjoyed my time off, but I'm back. With me today is Real Sheepkin, who decided to get himself com banned, so he's on a second account, which is fine. We've all been there, but is this the first time we've casted together?
Yes, it is actually.
Nice, nice. Alright, so this will be new for both of us, as well as the map, given that I haven't casted on Fortress before, which, by the way, the map today is Fortress, and the teams today are Noxious starting on the attack, lovely Anuts in blue, and then on the defense for Orange, we got Farside Gaming, Jack's own team, and looks like everyone's ready here, so hop right into this. So, I'm gonna be honest with you, Fortress, I don't even know what you would begin the ban on here, so this is just going to be a complete mystery for both of us. Any ideas?
Well, on a hard breacher at least, like probably Maverick, most likely. Just because the windows, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Upon maybe. Jackal has a lot of area for roam too, so Jackal's not surprising.
God, we're coming up. FG, Nazi is very fast on their ban. Watch we be Blitz. So, for those unaware, Farside is very fond of running shields, Titan in particular. So, fortunately, you can only ban one, and in this case, it looks like they're going to be choosing Blitz, and then for some odd reason, countering that ban with a Legion to make the shield play of a Montaigne easier for Farside on their attacking half. So, curious decision, but doable nonetheless. And Cav as the final ban. So already this is an interesting game. Already,
Yeah.
we'll say that.
Well, Jackal kind of counter the roaming in the Cabby, so they can't roam with Cabby. So it makes it so they can't roam with Cabby. Yeah, just said that. Yeah.
I know. I'm already
so
confused by the map choice, so this is just gonna be. We'll call it a dry run, even though it's not.
Yeah, I do believe both these teams are out of playoff contention. I'm not 100% certain.
I know Farside is for sure. Noxious, I'm not 100% on.
Yeah, I think that if they win, I think they have a chance.
Possibly,
but,
but this is the last day of playoffs too.
Yeah. We'll find. So we'll see. So, yeah, picks Kakataki, Catcher, or Thatcher, Tamana, Monty. Not really anything special or off about any of those picks. You know, Capital with this new patch, he's a really good operator. Those 16.
Yeah. Really,
a little OP maybe.
really fun to play against. I'll tell you that much. You ever camp a corner and then decide that nah, this doesn't work. Yeah, Capital, great op. Curious lineup by Farside, all things considered. Definitely a reason they're going to be playing heavily to their roam game, but the Ella along with the Alibi, it's a curious comboing here, given that that's not a whole lot of utility at your disposal between the two operators. And Jack on the Ella himself doing the being odd and actually running the Scorpion over the FO12, which is usually why people will run Ella these days, as she's not the powerhouse operator that she was on release.
Yeah, Alibi's good. You can use Alibi as a roamer. So they're gonna do there.
Coming through!
Alright. First shot of it, Tyro's coming off onto the soft hatch by Crypty here, the Habana. Well, ultimately we get it open after having 4 of the pellets shot off, as you only need 4 on a actually reinforced hatch and not the soft hatch, but as we can see here, 0 soft destruction capability on side of Anuts. I don't know if that's just miscommunication between them, but an interesting scenario. All
Impact.
things considered. That's coming out here from Nomad. I hope my Nuts doesn't play Nomad because that would be quite confusing. EMP is coming out here.
Position.
50 to go for the wall here. Might take some damage. Jack getting the first kill on the Netra. That is the Capital taken down. Huge hit for FG. Has a lot of utility on the side of Nuts, taken out very quickly here.
Yep.
By very quickly, I mean halfway through the round, but not an operator you want to lose before it executes. First smoke grenades coming out here.
That's why I don't think it's Fortress is very, very easy to get flanked on. That's why I think a lot of teams don't like it. Because like you saw there, the Jack just walked up behind them. They really didn't see him coming.
Drone.
Oh, and a TK. Excellent team K for sure.
So Jack taking out Crypty, or the drone of Crypty, while Crypty takes out Montaigne, and Nomad finally finishes off Crypty. Red will refrag though onto Harley. That's the mute taken down. But Red appears to be the only one left alive, as Lucid has been downed over by Hammam. Roof, I'm not really sure what that is. Oh, that's right outside, never mind. Forgive me for not knowing callouts on this map. I don't tend to pay attention to this map because, personally, I don't really like it. That's fine. Titan finally finishing off Lucid. Red will refrag on the Titan as the Yater taken down, and as 2 kills for Red, and he will not get every single one, which will not happen as Jack will get the final kill onto Red, and round 1 goes to FG in rather convincing fashion. Definitely capitalizing on the misfortunes of Noxious, we'll say.
Yeah, that team kill is very unfortunate, but like Fortress, like I said, Fortress is those maps. It's super odd. Like they have long hallways, short hallways, bunch of staircases, doors leading to one room that comes out to another room. It's pretty confusing for some if you don't know what you're doing exactly. If you're not 100% certain what you're doing on this map, it's very easy to get confused and lose rounds like we just saw.
Definitely, and the way it's described, you know, a bunch of long corridors and such, it definitely shares some resemblance to Consulate, but in the same breath, it's nothing like Consulate, so definitely a unique map, to say the least, but given that it's only been out for a little over a season now, it's definitely not, in my opinion, I don't feel it's reached its full potential yet. But in due time, I'm sure teams can figure out some crazy strategies for it. As if you're unaware, most teams, at least even in collective, just tend not to play this map, and it's not hard to see why. Just given the lack of knowledge on how to actually play it, doesn't really benefit anyone. But that's to be expected with any new map. So, like I said, in due time, certainly we can see this map develop possibly into something a lot greater than what a lot of people perceive it to be right now.
Yeah. I was not surprised we didn't see like Oregon or Clubhouse or you constantly mentioned before. Like those were like the most popular matches for sure for collective. And just in general, honestly, so, but it's always fun to see some.
Very quick entry here by Shisha. And no one on Farside's side seems, oh, that's hard to say, Farside's side. No one on the side of Farside seems keen to hold over by Dormitory and Games side. Which, given the layout of Fortress, is not essential to it. This is a curious here, to say the least. Especially, I don't know. Forgive my lack of near knowledge, especially on Fortress, but I can see what they're doing with it. But that seems like a very risque mirror window, to say the least. First heal will go out on side of Farside as Griffin taking out Crypty. That is the Ash taking down, and Jad getting a knife kill on the Red. Griffin being retried by Astro, who gets a second onto Ozla. That is both your mute and mirror taking down. That is 2 C4s off the board. Huge hits for Astro here. Lucid has been downed again. Jack almost missing his shots, but will got the kill onto Astro. I'm not sure if he's aware of the down Thatcher, as we're already in a glorified 1v3 here. It's all to Netra with just over a minute left to take out 3 fully health members of Farside. Netra finally taking out Jatch. Thought he was for a second. He could possibly go for a head here, but instead blindly run through and Nomad on Doc. And round 2 there was the first.
It's kind of like with the first match today on Villa. This map is also pretty defensive sided. So I'm not going to be surprised if you see the defense win more than they lose today, or this game rather. But
Definitely.
that the round was closer for NX, right up until the end, and they just kind of looked at bad angles, looked the wrong way, barely missed people. So
I feel like NX is getting a little bit ahead of themselves. Like, they seem to be going for, I don't want to say early executes, but they're playing in, I want to say like more of an aggressive playstyle, just because they're getting so many early picks onto themselves. So I'm not entirely sure if it's just a miscommunication between the members of NX, or if it's just, again, them getting out of themselves and Farside capitalizing on it. But Farside up 2-0. I'm not sure why I'm saying nil instead of O, but 2-0, and we'll go to Hammam Sitting Room as their third site of choice. As Fortress, like you said, a lot like Villa in the sense that it's defensive sided, but on top of that, the second floor site's definitely easier to defend than the bottom floor sites. As again, it kind of just comes down to personal preference on what you would take for your third site, whether Hammam or Kitchen. I feel Kitchen is probably the more popular choice, you know, just right over here. Given, actually, I'm not entirely sure why that would be your popular choice. The floors are soft above it, but regardless, I don't know, man. It's Fortress. What do you want me to say? I don't know this map that well. I'm sorry.
no, you do it well. You're describing as best you can. Like, no, you're 100% correct. I think you said, you know, it's the first two defenses pretty standard. You know, there's two best defense sets on the map. This the third set is one where it's going to go, well, you want this or this? You want to deal with the roof being completely destructible, or do you want to deal with, you know, having a harder defense for angles and stuff? So it's
enemy located.
so, you know, so we'll see. If we get there, we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do next round. Go back on a couple days with that foresight.
If you think about it, I don't mean to cut you off, but if you think about it too, Jack playing very aggressive here, getting lit up to just over 10 HP, in a bad spot as well. We'll get docked up by Nomad, but if you think about it, this site in general, that's unfortunate. Jack taking out Crypty and being paid by TK from Griffin. Opting to use the pistol over the SMG, which is not a common loadout you see on a Mute for a shotgun and 6. As we all know, Mute has the SMG-11 now, which is the best thing Ubisoft has ever done for this game, in my humble opinion. But Lucid at half HP here, just still stuck in music over halfway through the round. First Candela's coming out here. Almost being miscapitalized on, but Netra will find some skill onto Nomad, going for a second one, not connect the shots. And that is Griffin wisely falling back, as you're not going to outgun one, let alone 4 people with just a pistol. I mean,
especially not the
very well could,
that LMG.
But
it's very
so, man advantage for NX here, but with only 40 seconds left, they don't seem to have any real map control that would benefit them. Lucid, unfortunately, not seeing Titan as he is crouched down and his weapon obscured his line of sight. Titan gets the kill, going for a second here in a staring contest with Netra here. Seeing who will blink first. And it will be Titan, and he will be rewarded with his second kill of the round onto Netra. That's the taken out. Thermite going for a pick. We'll take it as Astro. 2v2 here. Red capitalizing, taking out Oswald. 25 seconds left. They have to go for a plant. Plant's going out. Griffin and Red both missing some substantial shots there. Red will ultimately win it out right after the plant goes down. We'll pretend that went a lot more smoothly than it really did for both of you guys' stage, but Edits taking their first round barely, just in the nick of time, but they still got it, so props to them. But yeah, that round was a mess. I'm just gonna put it bluntly.
Yeah, no, I don't know why the mute didn't switch to shotgun there. I thought he may have had ammo, but if I'm looking at it, he did have pretty much all the ammo he had in the shotgun, so it's a preference thing, who knows. F6 or F6. Farsight pull this out. Maybe we'll ask him about it.
Alright, so going back to dormitory and briefing for Farside, as you guys spit from the Bandit to what I would assume would be a Mira, also a very fond Mira player. We'll actually switch to the Doc, so I am wrong in that regard. But things looking more or less the same for Farside on this defense. However, the lineup from Noxious is definitely a lot different from what we saw in the first round. Got more hard destruction, more soft destruction, which is lovely to see. And like you were saying before, plenty of flank routes. Noxious realizing this, and they will be bringing the Nomad as well. So all in all, in my opinion, a much better lineup coming out here from Noxious for not only the site, but this map in general. And we'll see if they're able to get better results for themselves than they did from round one. Hopefully they can go a lot smoother as well. As I feel like Farside were in a better position regardless of the TK and whatnot from Noxious, but the TKs and every other misstep did not benefit them at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that was a Twitch drone. Yeah, that had to have been a Twitch drone. So first Twitch drone by Netra already taken out. Second one will be deployed. We'll disable a bulletproof camera with no one there to capitalize on the lack of information on Farside, and the second Twitch drone will be taken out. Really poor utility management on the side of Noxious, specifically from Netra, but Twitch, it's just a shot drone, not really the worst utility to lose considering your lineup. Plus you've got easily the best gun on your attack.
Yeah. So you're trying to push this site.
Crypty will get the first kill on the Nomad. That was a shot.
Also
trying to get these Hoots. Netra taking out Jack as well. That's 2 for Nazi's party. Some heavy damage in the Astro, but doesn't really matter as the wall will begin to be opened up. Not entirely, as there's no direct utility to get rid of the mute jammers here. A Thatcher would have benefited Nazi's last situation, as the Twitch drones were again horribly mismanaged. Titan picking up the first kill. That is onto Crypty. They will wisely fall back. Lucid, unable to get the refrag, will hop back outside, do some drone work. We still got 2 members of Farside Gaming on site, as we've just got Titan wasting so much time. And as you can see here, he isn't even about to do anything to do it, as he's forcing Annette to drone him out, and I'm not even entirely sure if they got the drone off. Griffin will get a second kill onto Lucid, utilizing man count and putting things in favor of Farside in terms of health advantage here. Titan on a deep flank here. Some shots coming out between Ausla and Astro. Griffin would collect the kill onto Astro, and Ausla would just heal himself up. Red being left substantially along with Griffin. Ausla taking some damage as well. We're starting on 2v2 here. Netra taking out Ausla, so man count is equalized as I failed to count. Titan hitting an air jab, Red capitalizing on it, and Netra taking out Griffin as well. Nice back and forth between the teams here, but Noxious ultimately coming out on top and thus taking their second round of the game. A lot smoother of an attack onto dorms than the
first
abysmal approach we saw in first round. So 2-2, and that's equalizing here.
Yeah, well, Nuts can kill that time, so that made it a lot smoother, you know. But outside of that, no, like you said,
Yeah.
really smooth attack. Didn't really rush at it. It wasn't too. So they're aggressive. Weren't just overly aggressive. They backed off things. Started getting. When it took a little damage, they backed off. Kind of reevaluated it. Approached it a different way. Smart attacking.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier on with how it seemed like they were getting ahead of themselves. Definitely toning it back, not taking any gunfights that they don't need to take, while also capitalizing on the gunfights that they know they have an advantage in and can ultimately win out, or if not, be easily traded out. So all in all, again, a much better attack on the side of Noxious, as far as I will again choose to go at the Dorm. So Dorms very much seeming to be the favorite for Farsight here, as I don't even want to go back over to Commanders here, which is it's usually contested between Commanders and Dorms on which is the best site for Fortress. I really couldn't tell you which is better personally. I think they're all bad in my opinion.
Yeah, I like
That's just
personally.
me.
I like the ones a little more, just because there's a little less self-destruction available. So you kind of can be a little more picky where you put your barricades. Commanders, you got those big walls right there where they're all soft, so you kind of have to go, alright, we'll put one here, here, and here, or here, here, and there. So it kind of restricts it more, but like you said, really personal preference into the teams.
Yeah. Personally, for me, I prefer none of the sites, as I prefer not to play this map. Sorry for expressing my dislike of this map, but man, I really don't like Fortress.
A lot of people
ADS deployed and ready to go.
I mean, I'm sure it has the potential, but it's just, I don't know, something seems meh about it.
Activating drone.
So we've got Owlsla taking the role of Aviator and staying on site, and Titan will flex off onto the castle. So a lot of flexibility coming out here from Farsight between their members, as we've seen Jack on the castle. Again, we saw Titan on the Yater beforehand. Nomad has been pretty confident on this Alibi, which is, you know, definitely Alibi is a lethal character in the right hands, but I guess you can say that about any operator. But very stalled out approach from that so far. No real gunfights being taken by anyone so far. As they've got control of Shisha Lounge, as I said, Shisha, not an easy word at all to say for me for some reason. Some gunshots rattling out here, nothing really connecting. I believe this wall is muted, so Astro, yeah, will be unable to get it for now. Nomad with a one-tap on the Lucid will take out Crypty as well. I'm sorry for not catching that double kill, but I can hear the gunshots rattle. It was clean. I can tell you that right now. Netra just trying to get this castle barricade open onto Games Room, getting shot in the foot, but you know, 20 HP, who cares? Astro with a beautiful shot on the Owlsla. Really just bad positioning by the Yater there, as we've got Titan on the flank here. Astro seems aware of his position and will ultimately win out the fight, deciding to get second kill of the round. Equalizing man check here for NX. Astro looking to go for a third onto Jack. Netra will take out Griffin in the meantime, and we're now in favor of NX this round. Jack playing very aggressive here. It's flashbanged out in the open. However, no one from NX capitalizing just yet. Plant is going down. Nomad taking out Red. Plant does go down, however, as we're in a 2v2 here. Astro gets his third of the round, and it's all up now to the Alibi of Nomad, and Netra with like second. And NX, who were down 0-2, now lead 3-2 in a rather convincing fashion that last round.
Yeah, there's
Very good gunplay. Specifically, I mean, really, it was just Astro and Netra, but regardless, I mean,
Yeah, they're starting to figure out FG's defense for dormitory. See, now they're going back to the bedroom commander's office, so we'll see if it's a little bit better for the defense, or if Noxious continue their momentum going forward. So that's 3 wins in a row so far after the first 2 into the far side, like you said. One thing I'm noticing, at least, I'm sorry I didn't cut you off there. One thing I'm noticing, like, with the dormitory defense at least, they're all grouping up right there in that window. And they're watching their flanks, but if they don't want to flank right or somebody just lose a gunfight, that could be a really bad thing if they go back to that side. Maybe some look out for in the future also.
Definitely. I almost got Sharpie at myself, so you didn't see my momentary panic, but anyway, so yeah, and that's lean 3-2 now. At most, FG can draw this half, which I don't even know if that's a benefit to them or not. I don't even know if I would call Fortress defender sided. I'm sorry, I just don't understand Fortress, and I don't think I ever will. But
like I don't like sort of like looking at here, and I do like it occasionally with the right people. It is very defensive sided, but as we're seeing, it can also be attacked. Kind of really depends on what you do, or how you attack, how you defend it. But for some teams, it could be very defensive. I'm very sorry about it.
No, you're good. I get what you're saying. Sorry, I don't mean to touch you off, but I'm just really... This mirror setup is really confusing me. Not so much this mirror right here, I understand that, but usually you'd see your second mirror on this wall right here where the reinforcement is, but instead they've opted to place it on the singular wall by horse. And 1, that's on a soft wall. 2, that's looking into sight. And 3, this area right here to play, that's a death sentence. I'm a little lost on Farsight's approach here, but maybe it'll work. I don't know. It's odd, to say the very least.
Yeah, they might be setting up for them to come in from the north side, but instead they're coming from the south side. So, like you said, it could very well all go wrong here very shortly.
Yeah. High risk, high reward, we'll say it, but I don't even know if I'd call it that. As you can see, Griffin already taking some damage. So again, I'm sure that's just by Metro really being a nuisance for Farside in this first half anyway. And that's just taking their time here, not forcing anything that they don't need to, just getting some heavy drone work down. So, I don't know how they've been playing. Ooh, beautiful play by the Buck of Pretty, really utilizing that vertical play of Buck as Astro rotates out Griffin. Jack refragging on Astro, but we refragged by Lucid, and already we're in a 2v4 in favor of NX. As it's all up now to Nomad and Titan. Titan on the deep roam here. Nomad taking out Lucid. Doesn't see the player in courtyard. Netra capitalizes because Titan's down. All up now to Nomad rather in a 1v3, and Netra taking out Nomad. And NX lead the half 4-2 in very convincing fashion.
Yeah.
I'm always getting confused saying Nomad the player because
yeah, Nomad
the operator. But again, another really convincing round for NX. I really like the way that they adjusted their attacks in that first round because, like I said, first couple of rounds they were playing just hyper aggressive, beating everything. But then as the rounds went on, they were utilizing their drones to their fullest extent and then just heavy executing all at once. It's really good coordination on the side of NX here, as we will be switching sides, and they will also opt to go to Dorms as well. So Dorms seeming to be the favorite for both teams in this game. And like you said before, it's definitely understandable. It's an easier site to read, I would say, as opposed to Commanders, but I don't know.
Yeah, FG bringing Thatcher Switch, tight on the Monty, no reloads to shield out, no real surprise there. And then Ash and Thermite. The defense we have Bandit, Castle, Top 3, Ella, and Jaegers. So Ella being used, I think they use for every round. 1 on defense.
Yeah, my apologies for not listing the scoreboard earlier. That at no point crossed my mind. Good time to check it in the half during prep phase here. On side of NX, Netra and Astro really doing a lot of the heavy lifting for Noxious, and
Right,
that's
well,
more
I can see
impressive for Astro given that he's been playing hard breach that entire first half here. No one really slacking though on NX. Well, I mean, Lucid and Crypty maybe, but as I always say, kills don't say everything, and the 4-2 scoreline speaks more than a negative KD, so well on them. On side of FG, we've got Nomad and Jack leading the charge, hits apiece, and it's good to see Jack dropping kills. Love you, buddy. But again, no one really slacking on FG either. Alzla kind of just being caught in some unfortunate circumstances, but again, he's support, so well, pass. And 4-2 split for NX taking charge. See if they can keep that momentum going in the second half as Red has returned. Astro taking some damage here. I don't actually think that was from a Twitch drone, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
I think it was.
Twitch main shocking people with their drones instead of taking out utility. Sounds about right. We've got Netra playing very good. And Lucid capitalizing as well, as that is Jack and Titan both taking down. That's the Montaigne and Thatcher taken out. Griffin refracting on the Crypty, looking for a second on the Netra. Will not connect. Lucid with a beautiful double kill on the Griffin and Nomad. And we're just over mid in. We're already in a 1v4. And it's just Alzla missing some crucial shots. We'll get the headshot though onto Netra. That is your Jaeger taken down. Alzla on 60 HP. Healthy and second kill of the game, as I say that kills don't matter. But in a 1v4, now 1v3, definitely crucial. And he's got plenty of time to make something happen. Definitely not impossible. Improbable, maybe, but you know, we've seen crazier things before. But I take this opportunity to you know, figure out next round, but instead opting for a camera and some missed shots by Red on Bandit. Letting the go on a head-on collision here between the Bandit and the Thermites. And Red missing some shots of his own, as well as also, but will ultimately win up the fight. And that's put themselves up 5-2. That's 5 rounds straight, mind you. And again, rather convincing fashion.
Yeah, they. This is aggressive. Like I wouldn't call it really aggressive, because I didn't see C4 kills. So I don't know if that's something like the Falcon. She had a preset, something like that. Maybe I'm not real sure. But what surprised me, well, those matches you can do that kind of stuff on. But yeah, just like they were on tech, just really careful, planned everything out. We're aggressive, but weren't overly aggressive. You know, if they can go to playoffs, so they're playing like they're playing for a playoff spot. So they do end up going to playoffs. Definitely deserve it today.
Yeah, I mean, even if they're not in the running for playoffs, I mean, it's definitely nice to see a team flex their strengths here, because it's really nice to see a team just really capitalize on, you know, their just raw skill as opposed to, I don't know, just playing like they don't care. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. In that first round anyway, it seemed like they were playing like a very hit and run style, just kind of, you know, taking fights and then backing off and then repositioning and so on. I mean, granted, it was only like a minute, but still, it worked. So maybe we'll see more of that here. We've got Alzla and Nomad just chilling out here in the drone hole. Just having a chat. No bothering them. Just enjoying time. Nomad gonna go for that sneaky pain onto the Bandit and will peek himself out. And Nomad loses his drone for 0 reason. So good job to Red there, but it's a drone. Not too worried about it. Or I wouldn't be anyway. But again, just didn't need to happen.
Launching drone.
Got a dormitory side take, at least on the roof, coming from FG. Some drone work done here. Yeah, they're definitely gonna be pushing from dorm side. Not sure we'll be droned out.
Same operation from both sides, I believe. Titanic FG switching to Sophia.
From a Thatcher. I'm not entirely
Thatcher.
sure if there was an L there or not
No, there
last
was.
round, but
Yeah, no, there
okay.
was. Yeah, so just that there's a piece of that there's not going on.
A beautiful shot by Crypty on the Titan.
Ooh.
Nomad refracting on the Netra, but that is why you don't ADS on to someone that is holding an angel on your head as a shield player. However, Nomad will equalize and actually put Manvenge in favor of Farsight, picking up his second kill and taking out Crypty in the process. So that is both your Yater and your Ella taking out, and to my knowledge, that is, yeah, that is all of Anux's roam presence. Outside of Red, he was just hiding in
He's
tower
just
right
outside,
now.
so.
Yeah, he's definitely setting. He's setting himself where he's at right now. He's setting himself up for a flank here later on, unless he gets droned out, which it appears he will not. So this should definitely be a huge play for NS later in the round if FG are not able to locate the bandit.
Drone activated. Brace for it.
Also not aware. Lucy taking out Jack. Red shooting just a little bit too late, giving away his position, and he's in a horrible spot for that to happen. All FG need to do is hold an angle on him. Azla hopping off it, as well as Nomad going with Azla. Griffin being a typical Twitch player, using his drones to have his bullets. We'll have no drones left, as they're just trying to hard push this bandit here. Flashbang's not connecting. Red wasting so much time here just by doing this.
Yeah, there.
So no flank, but
which I understand.
Lucy taking out Nomad as well. Red taking out Griffin. Also retrying on Lucid, but with only 10 seconds left, 2 players off site. Now have to retrieve the defuse and go drag. Will collect the kill on the Red, but with only 5 seconds left, all Astro needs to do is hide. Also doesn't even have time to get on the site. He does. Plant is going down. I'm not entirely sure if Astro is aware of this. That is really unfortunate. That is a huge misplay by Astro there to get the right idea with impacting the wall, but then not
look away from it. Yeah.
Could have had an easy kill on Oswald, and this is very much winnable now for our side, when it really shouldn't be. Astro on one-shot HP here at this point. Be just over 10 to attempt to stick to defuse. We'll hop off it. And Oswald winning it out for far side off of some horrible misplays by NX, and
just this little mistake just really made a big difference here.
Wow. Sorry, I'm just in shock. I am surprised that Nets were able to throw that like that. I shouldn't call it a throw. I mean, it kind of was, but just, man, if you had just peeked the angel that you made, you would have had an easy win. I don't know, man. That's just some misfortune on the side of NX, as they will go back to Commander's office now. They could have very easily been going downstairs by force, but I mean, 5-3 somehow. Still in favor of NX, so they do have a round differential buffer that they've built up for themselves. Jack sits picking from the Ying to the Capital, so annoying utility for annoying utility. It's the far side away. They've even said it themselves. Maybe not verbatim like that, but they've definitely claimed that they play annoying operators. So at least they're self-aware. I can respect it. So maybe the defense for NX won't be such a catastrophic failure this time. I'm sorry, that's way too harsh. But
it's definitely
how does that last round happen?
It's less catastrophic, more just mount of molehill type of thing. This is a small mistake, like a giant issue. But that's one mistake in 8 rounds, pretty much. So we'll see if they can correct it.
I'd like to give a quick shout out to my friend Quiet, who's now on Chat 6. Your little mishap on Oregon last night. I'll forgive it after this last round by NX. So props to you, buddy. You're free now.
Yeah, also, thank you, F6 Damage, for this tier 1 sub. Also, I forgot to mention that earlier. Thank you.
Shout
thank
out to
everybody also
President
for-
T.
Thanks for everybody also for supporting us. You know, it's our last day before playoffs. There's one more game after this, I believe, and then playoffs start next week. So,
Yeah, thanks for taking time out of your precious day to spend time with us here over at Collective Esports. Titan not droning anything. Somehow not being killed by Red here. This is... Trippy will be droned out himself. Red will fly at the games. And Nomad going for a flank here. As we're just trying to standstill here. Nomad weighing up the fight on the Red. Jet stealing Nomad's steal. Trippy refragging onto Griffin. And Titan taking out Trippy in response. Man advantage for FG right now. However, Nomad has been badly lit up in the process, so just barely man advantage, but man advantage nonetheless. As again, that is almost all of Anix's roam presence taken out, with the exception of Netra, who is nice with the Claymore here. Possibly get it. Yeah, that's an easy. He doesn't know if he's clear the shoot or not, but no one seems to be within striking distance. We'll capitalize on it. No one heard that, as we've got 3 members of FG on drones. Jack and Nomad will hop off respectively. This should be huge for NX if Netra's able to capitalize on this. Poor Oswald not even aware. Jack will run back in. We'll be down. Oswald hops off the drone. Netra takes a lot of damage in the process. First smoke grenade coming out here by Titan. As all of FG seem disjointed between each other right now. Titan really pushing site heavy. Astra taking a lot of damage. As he will be down. Titan will down Astra and subsequently try to kill onto Astra. As Castle taken out as well. Something now left to Lucid and Netra. The clutch is out for NX. Plant going down by Nomad. C4 can be a game changer here, but will not be utilized. Plant goes down, and man favor for FG as well as health favor. So really poor use of utility. Lucid chucking his C4 into a bandited wall, and it's now to Netra, who will be taken out by Ausla. And FG on the comeback, it seems, taking 2 rounds that I don't understand how they have, but they have, and now they're down just 1 round from their 3 beforehand. So good comeback by FG here. I don't even know if I'd say it's really them coming back so much as it is NX losing themselves again. But Dormitory has a lot, and they will be going back to Dormitory. Netra playing operator roulette here. We'll decide on the Yater. I won't be surprised to see Sid's pick here.
Yep.
Onto the Captain, which is what he originally had. Could have done to Shanta, but Captain's cool too, I guess. Same operator, same gun. A lot more utility for Captain, I guess, but I mean, it's to Shanta.
Technically, you gotta go get more respect. That's not that we skin. Maybe soft. Thank you.
Yeah, fun fact, it's not related to this game, but I mentioned earlier in our Collective Esports chat, you should inquire on coming and joining us. But yeah, I got a Tashanta ace with the hurt, so I'm partial to Tashanta now. I feel that he has a lot of potential as an operator, and really to just be meta in the future, so it'd be nice to see him played more personally, but that's just me.
I love him too. I use him when I can. I'm not gonna get yelled at by my teammates.
See,
But anyway, back to the game here. Maybe we can see Noxious setting up kind of the same defense, minus, including the
the captain
now.
is new here, but
Yeah, but
I want to point out
that
something here. I want to point out here. this castle barricade, along with the captain trap on it, seems counterintuitive to the gadgets themselves, as usually castle barricades are disposed of by explosives, whether that be the ash charge of Jack or any breaching charges available on the side of far side. So your captain trap is now be destroyed by the explosion of whatever is used to get rid of the castle barricades. It seems
Well,
there's
for
almost
right
a waste
now,
of resources
the
by
only thing that can really
NX.
deal with
Also,
the
that was
barricades on their own. Sorry to cut you off there. Would be the ash with thermite.
mhm.
So they get picked up in the and ash is yeah, clear right now. Like
Yeah. And that's been another deal breaker too, is the last few rounds of roam play or the roam game by NX rather, has been shut down very quickly. And as you can see, they're all turtling on site here. I don't know how good of a site that is, but we've got all of the wall open up here.
Device in position.
Nomad, not Nomad on Nomad. Good choice here, making my life easier. Jack on flank watch here for the stairs as well. Placed down his last air jab. Nomad rather.
My device.
Smoke's going down, and it seems that MP is already going for a plant. Lucid will take out Titan, and Griffin will hop off the plant. That was a great shot by Lucid after... Well, I didn't criticize his poor camera placement by the drop down, but it was a poor camera placement on the drop down. Also, you know, Astro, Netro refracting on the Griffin, Jack refracting on the Lucid. It's just back and forth for teams. Netro collecting on the Oslo. Netro really just pulling out all the stops so far. Replay C4 on the wall here. Jack collecting on the Crypty, so it's just a back and forth here between the teams. C4 will not connect on anything, but open up a line of sight for the attackers. And with only 30 seconds left though, and health advantage right now, they can win this out. They just need to not peek anything. Some shots going down onto Nomad. Jack is in sight along with Nomad, who will subsequently go for the plant second time around. No C4 available on side of NX. The Red could make a push here, but will ultimately not. However, it does hit the kill on the Jack, and it's now all up now to Nomad on Nomad to clutch out in a 1v2 post plant. But time is on his side here. All he needs to do is sit and wait. But this is going to need to be a coordinated push by NX here. It's that castle barricade, not doing them any favors on time. However, they seem set up well enough to get this out. Netro pushing from the doorway as opposed to Shisha. Red himself being taken out by an air jab. Nomad +1 onto Red. Netro gets it down onto Nomad and subsequently kill, and he has time to refuse. Actually, this might be close. Oh no! Just barely. Farside winning it out in what I thought was NX actually having the defuse, but just in the nick of time. I'm gonna have to go back and see how close that really was, but that's unfortunate for NX, as Farside have now equalized onto what was a 2-5 scoreline in favor of NX, so props to Farside first of all, but man.
We get the scoreboard, please, sir.
Yeah, of course. Netra double digits here for his team. 13 sits, really putting in a lot of work. Red and Lucid and Astro and Crypto, well, everyone. Just no one's slacking on the side of NX. Nomad only won double digits for his team, going 10-7 here. But yeah, no one slacking on the side of Farside. Alzo really putting in some work in this latter half of half of the game, as he was 1-6, I believe, or 1-5 on the split. So good job to him, and yeah, really just everyone playing a good game. No one really slacking behind. Griffin the only one in double digits for deaths, but we've got plenty of 9s here, so meh. But yeah, you know, 5-5 scoreline, pretty close game. Granted, I don't feel that it should be, given how the last couple of rounds have played out. No shade to Farside. It's just I don't feel that they should have had. Last 3 rounds, really, like, I'm not entirely sure what's going on with NX here, but they had the momentum, they had the lead, and then just these small but just round losing mistakes are just killing them right now. And we're at a 5-5 scoreline on what could have easily been a game that was over on round 10. If my math is correct. No, this game could have been over on round 9.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm
yeah.
apparently bad at math. Not bad. 7 plus 2 is 9. Who'd have thought? But 5-5 nonetheless. Round 11. We are going to be going the distance here. Whether this turns into a draw or a win for NX or Farside. Because at this point, I really couldn't tell you how it's going to go. Jack taking significant damage here. I'm not entirely sure from where. I'll assume it was either Netro or Crypty. Possibly, I have no idea. Got red on smoke now. Hopping off the bandit. Default cam's being taken out, and smoke player using an FMG9. I understand it's personal preference, but it hurts me personally. Just like this map choice.
I love playing smoke.
And
I just started using the shotgun. Before that, I was strictly FMG9. I switched shotgun.
Crypty taking out Nomad.
Nice.
Huge pick for the defenders here.
Yeah, very nice hit there. That's Nomad.
Nomad on Nomad.
Forward.
It's gonna be a heavy push through Shisha hallway here for Farside here. As we've got also leading the charge, and Titan will finally take over as the shield. But yeah, to go back, nothing inherently wrong with the FMG9. It's just that's so much utility lost with the shotgun, and if you can master the SMG-11, I get it. It's a difficult gun to control. Netro finally finishing off Jack, but still, just the utility and usefulness of a shotgun lost for 2 SMGs. I don't know. Titan trying to play aggressive here, ADSing onto the Yater of Netro. Well, not connect. Neither will connect. Well, Netro connecting shots, but Titan being a shield doesn't really matter. As looks like NX are setting themselves up for a crossfire onto the Montaigne, or Montagne, the mountain. Whatever phrase you want to use for shield.
The big dude with the shield. Yeah, he's getting pinched out here. I was looking to kill onto.
There's Lucid, there's the band taking out, Astro refracting on the also, there's your thermite taking out. However, your wall has already been open, so it doesn't really matter. Man advantage for NX will be capitalized on more. That takes out Titan and Astro finishing up on the Griffin. Just poor positioning for Farside that round. Thatcher in particular. Titan playing a lot more aggressive than I feel he really needed to. And NX put themselves up onto match point. So at this point, Farside cannot win. At most they can hope for is a draw, which again, I'm surprised they've managed to even get themselves towards. Oh, there's a lovely storyboard for all you lovely people here. Netro just fragging out of his mind right now here. Really doing not even doing heavy.
It's really just fun for Netro, honestly. Like I said, like people said, the whole game pretty much this map is super. It's defensive sided, but you know, attackers do win. We've seen that they've won a lot. But it's very flank heavy as well for both sides. And that's what Netro's done pretty much. He's just gone off, flanked them, wasted time, and gotten kills.
Absolutely. Maybe doing work really on any operator, usually maining the Yater, but we'll opt for a castle in this final round since we're getting off of said Yater. Did go captain one round and had mixed results. Not him. He was doing fine, fragging out as usual, but I don't think his traps actually did anything. So we will be going to kitchen now for our final site. So rare occurrence that you actually get to see all 4 sites of really any map outside of maybe coastline, but you know, nice to see nonetheless. And we'll see if NX can pull this out and win the game 7-5. Definitely should be a momentum boost after the last round. Looking like a return to form for Noxious here. He's just switching between Noxious and NX, but you know, Noxious.
And different,
Final round. That's gonna be Noxious win here, or Farside's gonna pull it back.
Hostiles. First floor.
Griffin having a mini seizure here, it seems. Early shots coming out here from Netra onto a drone, rather. And I just like to point out this handle grip on the UMP really makes me happy to see. I see vert grip on the UMP, and for all of you unaware of how the UMP works, it has no vertical recoil, so your grip is a waste of an attachment. But I mean, I guess it's all personal preference.
Yeah, that's what a lot of
We
people
move carefully.
think about, you know, for most operators at least. I mean, there's some that you just run this, that's what you do. And some is like, well, you can run this or this. So.
But as long as I don't see a red dot sight by anyone, I'm fine.
I just remember that's exclusively guys switched to Halo now, so.
It is everyone running hollows or ACOGs, which is surprising. You normally see some variation between the hollow and reflex, but that's all just personal preference here. Smoke grenades coming out here.
Have you covered. Stay close.
Some early shots coming out by Lucid for an early pitch. C4 will not connect, however, the bullets of Crypty will. That is Nomad taken down. Again, Nomad on Nomad. Huge kill for the flank watch. Some crucial shots missed by Lucid. Griffin getting away with his life somehow. Jack on half HP here. Titan,
Just
again,
barely
playing
misses.
very aggressive on this Monte here. The flank coming out by Netra though, and that is the Ash of Jack being taken out. Plant is going down by Griffin and not being stopped by an Echo. Huge misplay of utility here. Lucid Helper will get the kill onto Asher here. Crypty taking out Aliswa, and Aliswa will get the kill on the Crypty via Claymore. Red taking out Titan, and that's closing out the round and subsequently the game for themselves. 7-5. Netra 16-6. So him having a game and a half, but everyone on his team really putting up some pretty even numbers as well. So a huge pick out for them. Nomad dropping double digits, but was towards the latter half of that game was just the opening pitch for Farside time and time again. So could have been their demise, I don't know, but ultimately Noxious take the game 7-5.
Yeah,
With
very.
that,
Sorry.
go
Yeah,
on.
very.
I'm just
And they start off, you know, since before, and they started off a little bad. You know, figure out an attack, switch to defense. They lost rounds, but they only lost rounds by like very small margins. You know, especially that one round that is the last like absolute millisecond.
yeah.
You know, they lost
That
that
was
round
really
off
unfortunate.
in that last round,
Ta-
Monty might have been a little too aggressive. They didn't really. They had the
Yeah.
ops to roam clear, but they didn't maybe not roam clear as well as they should have. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was the early picks onto Nomad in both
Yeah.
senses. Just that flanked watch being taken out early.
Hey,
Was,
so
was
I'm gonna
huge.
invite Sean or Crippy. He's gonna be doing the actual interview. So
Okay, that's fine, I guess.
I love you
But,
guys. Thank you guys for hosting us. By the way.
props to you personally. 16
Props to
6,
everybody,
having a
honestly.
game and a half.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, I'll see you guys later.
Alright, so, so Netra, we're gonna get Crypty in here, so hello Crypty, I'm sure your audio's included.
It is.
Usual jazz, but, first of all, GG to you guys, really,
Yeah,
good
GG.
game by you guys. So I kinda just wanna go, not round by round, but kinda just, I noticed there were, like, just sections of the game, so, in the first 2 rounds, you guys were playing, like, I don't want to say like aggressive, but it seemed like you guys were like getting really ahead of yourselves and just getting picked off early one by one, and then Farside just having the advantage. But then
Yeah.
throughout the next 5 rounds, you guys cleaned that up and had very decisive attacks and just wins in general in the first half, and then on round 7 for Dorms. What was the change up there? What did you guys?
After those first
What
two
went
rounds,
on there?
after those first 2 rounds, we kind of figured out how Farside played and counter-stratted and adjusted to what they were doing. Like we figured out that at least for when we were in dorms and or when we were commanders, we saw that they always push from old tower, even though they site wasn't there. They just roam cleared. So we had 2 roamers and we had one for the refrag, and basically just took them out one by one from there. Just learned how to play.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I might have been a little bit too harsh in retrospect, but rounds 8, 9, and 10. What happened?
Okay. We were trying to hold dorms. We figured out or not dorms. We were trying to hold commanders, and we figured out that
You had commanders twice and the dorms once.
yeah. I don't even know what happened. They did the exact same thing we did to them. They learned how we played, and we got a little too aggressive, especially with the we had, I think at one point we had 4 people off site, which wasn't exactly.
Yeah. Some heavy roaming. I don't know. I'll say the dorms one. That was just unfortunate, because I genuinely thought you guys had down the defuse, and I saw attackers one. I was like, okay. But yeah, the 2 commanders defenses were some heavy misplays, but you guys cleaned that up very quickly for your last 2 defenses, and really just got back to form, winning very, very decisively. So, what was the bounce back for that, or was it just, just like, hey, let's just focus and get the game through,
Yeah, basically, that IGL big game IGL pep talk. That's all it was.
Yeah. Who is the agile for your guys' team? Was it you or Netra?
We tend to switch off. But technically I'm IGL, but we tag team it.
Oh, okay. All right.
And Red helps him too.
Tons. Yeah, I remember way back in the day, I was hitting teams up, and yours was one of them. Was like, hey, you guys need one? I was like, sure. Well, played like a ranked game or 2, but nothing really came out of that. But that was months ago. But I don't really have anything too specific to say about really just the play-by-play. Everyone just playing their game. Netra again,
Yeah,
having
just
a game and a half for himself personally, but. That's really all I have. Sheep, whatever you got, feel free to throw in, man.
I don't really have much either. You pretty much covered it. It was just really really good game by you guys, first off. You guys did adjust well, like you said. Only... God. the cap can thing it was actually. Were you guys willing to bring the cap can the last few rounds, or was it forced side?
That was us.
You guys, okay. Yeah, as far as the cap can. Did the captain, did he get any of the traps, or did he put, or did all the traps get destroyed or just blown up? We didn't get the chance to see it.
I'm pretty sure Farsight did a good job about watching out for this.
And then
that was just slow down a little bit.
The bandit in like the little corner of courtyard. On the ground.
Oh yeah,
in tower flank.
Tower.
That was
yeah.
We at that point we had Netra and myself. We were fighting them off in meeting room, I think it was, and at that point Red was just there to waste time, and he ended up getting diffuser, which helped even more. But in the end, Farsight took that round, so good job on their part.
That's around that. It just barely missed it. Just super unlucky play, honestly.
Yeah.
From the castle. But no, other than that,
he's being nice about it. I wasn't.
He was.
Yeah,
very quick.
It was just like in the moment, just instinct. Didn't know what to do.
Yeah, you guys won, so no harm, no foul, really. Do you know if you guys are in a spot for playoffs, or were you guys out? Because I know Farsight's out. You're not. Okay.
Unfortunately, we joined the league late, and
okay.
all of Zero's losses we took, so we were 3 when we joined.
Yeah,
That's
that was
unfortunate,
another
but-
part of it too.
Yeah.
That was another part of it way too. Back in the day, I should say. Back in the day, a couple months. I was like, you guys were, yeah, we're not playing till next season. So like, all right, never mind then. But you know, here you guys are. So, I mean, props to you
Yeah.
guys. But yeah, I mean, that's really all I have, and seems that Sheep said
Yeah.
his piece as well. So, floor is yours. 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to shout out.
I'm also
Go at
being
it,
told
buddy.
right now that our record is 4-1-1, by the way. But
Nice.
shout out,
Nice.
shout outs go, shout out to Farside. That was a hell of a game. I couldn't have asked for a better game. And shout out to our team, Netra, Lucid, Astro, and Red. All those boys put in hard work. And shout out to Collective. If you haven't followed, follow right now. And lastly, hit up our Instagram at eSports.
Alright. So, with that, that is our second game of the day. I know we have one more, so let me check our
Yeah, one at 7:30.
real quick.
Shadow Gaming
As-
at 7:30.
Yes, Shadow Gaming versus God Tier. You boys remembering the teams for once. But with that, I've been Skinny. This has been Sheep. Is it Sheep or Sheep King?
Either or.
Alright, yeah, it's the boy. And as well as Crypty from Noxious. Be sure to give us a follow on all of our socials, you know, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch especially. I don't know why you would stop by and not drop a follow. That's foolish of you. All at collective_esports. And with that, we'll be back in a bit for, again, Shadow Gaming versus God Tier. That's a game you don't want to miss. But until then, we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching.